Hi everyone, my name is Vanida, and today I'll be talking about finding the way, my leadership journey. Have you ever been in a position where you constantly just ask yourself why? Why am I staying up past midnight to finalize the details for a program? Or why am I so busy that I can't just have dinner with my friends? Why can't I say no and sleep all day and just watch Netflix? This has been me almost every day as a student leader at Purdue University. And after being involved in all my extracurriculars, I think I finally cracked the code for why I got involved so much at Purdue. At age 5, my parents got divorced and I grew up in a broken home. I learned and lived primarily with my grandparents, so growing up, my role models were my caregivers, and they impacted me to strive for success and to create a difference in the world we live in. But what is success? What does creating a difference mean? It's different for everyone, but for me, that first initially meant a title. It meant that I had to be the best in the room, and I had to always be in the group who did everything and anything to be the very best. My grandfather, however, looked at all I was involved in and realized how unintentional my leadership style was. I kept signing up for volunteer hours in high school. I kept saying yes to miscellaneous tasks and was keeping busy just so I could keep adding things to my college application. My grandfather, being the wise man he was, told me to rethink my busy schedule and apply my passions. Coming to Purdue, I decided to find my niche. The Be Involved Fair my freshman year was very overwhelming. I think I wrote down my email to over 30 organizations, and I think I've gone through attending meetings for almost all of them. I've bounced between organizations within my major, to service organizations, and just miscellaneous ones as well. And after trial and error, I decided to stay with 4 departments and offices starting my sophomore year. I got involved with university residences, working within my college and major, the International Programs Office, and the Civic Engagement and Leadership Development Office. From there, my passions grew. Starting off my leadership journey was daunting. I began as a member of different organizations, and in the Civic Engagement and Leadership Development Office, I started learning about what it means to be an inclusive leader as I took a course with the sophomore leadership community. After attending the Emily Mozzie Vogel Sophomore Leadership Retreat my sophomore year, I became a facilitator, which then in turn me to help students learn and grow as leaders as facilitators the year after. As I got more involved in Hall Club through university residences, my interest for building communities and engaging with other student leaders grew. I began to develop my own leadership skills through leading an executive board. I also took on challenges such as helping host the largest student-run conference this past summer at Purdue and leading a student leadership retreat weeks ago at Camp Tecumseh. Throughout student organizations like Silmar and Liberal Arts Student Council, I've not only learned about myself, but I've also learned about others. I have learned that leadership isn't just creating a to-do list and being able to check off the boxes. Leadership isn't just doing activities to drain you, but leadership is exciting, it's engaging, and impacts you just as much as it impacts those around you. I've been able to host prospective students and tell them about why I love Purdue, and I've been able to help international students find resources on campus while also learning about different cultures. While working on this presentation, I've decided to reflect on my past 4 years here at Purdue. And after providing some personal leadership experiences that have spanned over my 4 years, it seems I've had a successful time at Purdue. I found my passions, and I'm still thriving and surviving today. But I wouldn't change my Purdue experience because it has offered me so much. But they've also been the hardest 4 years in terms of involvement and maintaining my grades. I've had sleepless nights, nights where I've just cried, and nights where I've truly found my passion. In these past few weeks, I've been truly asking myself why. I've asked why I got so involved and why I'm still involved with all these things. Why are those areas of passion, and why did I give so much time and energy to these things? And why haven't I just gone to classes and graduated? If you're one of those people asking yourself the same similar questions, let me share with you 3 lessons I learned along my journey. Lesson number 1, it's okay to say no. Last year, I felt like I just kept saying yes to things. And yes, that did work, but then I got so worked up from one minute to the next, I forgot to breathe and soak in my Purdue experience. As this is my last semester before I begin student teaching in Houston, I realized there are so many things at Purdue that I haven't done. And I've always been the person to procrastinate on my work, but I never knew that procrastination could also apply to enjoying my college years and soaking in spending time with people. So it's okay to say no to some responsibilities and take time for yourself. Lesson number 2, give people the opportunity to lead. Leadership isn't just standing in front of the room and being the person that everyone goes to. It's being able to identify strengths in other people and letting them lead, whether that be in your organization or in a group project. It's impossible to be in 3 places at once or devote your time to everything. So don't be afraid to give up some of your responsibilities and let others take the lead. After all, some of us won't be here at Purdue forever, let's hope. So teach others early and trust others to be able to take their own ownership. Because once I started delegating tasks and trusting my executive board, it became our achievements rather than my own, and that promotes teamwork and lifelong relationships. Lesson number 3, don't be afraid of help. As a leader, it's easy to just go about your business and do things on your own time and your own way. But what's the fun of tackling things on your own? Throughout my involvement at Purdue, I've been able to find my core group of student leaders who I've been able to lean on and place in my Purdue family. They've been there through the bad, the good, and the ugly. By being involved, I've not only been able to call them my friends, but also those who I can call my people. And I even found my person. Leadership brings on numerous challenges. Sometimes you want to just go home, scream in a pillow, or even call it quits. But by having a group of supporters, I know that someone is a door away or a call away, and my stress level gets a little better. Using my Purdue experiences and the lessons I've learned throughout my leadership positions will aid me in my future career. But again, I wasn't doing everything for the resume boost, and it wasn't the title that got me to where I am. I got involved with organizations that piqued my interest. I devoted my time to them and took the opportunities while they presented themselves because I wanted to. So now let's go back to my grandfather's suggestion on finding passion. I grew up always wanting to help others. I grew up wanting to change the world, whatever that was going to be. I didn't really know at the time, but I really wanted to help. And like Robin Sharma once said, the best leaders without a title use their heads and listen to their hearts. So I encourage you to throw out the title and just do things because you're passionate. Involvement does not mean committing the hours on a to-do list and daunting tasks. Being tired at the end of the day because you worked too hard shouldn't be your everyday, but rather be tired after an impactful day. Do things because you care and take the time to care, and that will make you thrive more than you ever have during your time at Purdue. Thank you.